Good afternoon, ladies and gents, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for clicking that button and joining me for today's video. Hope you're all well. Now, just before we crack on with today's video, ladies and gents, I do have an exciting announcement to make, and that is we are now at the end of our product review videos. Now, I know it's taken us a while to get here, and this may be blissful news to some of my viewers' ears, but today we are going to finish on a proper banger, ladies and gents. Today we are taking a look at the Akaso Seemor-200 full colour AI night vision goggles. Let's talk about it. Now, I have had the Akaso Seemor-200s in my possession now for a couple of months, and in that time I have used these extensively. And I can say I will never see Michelle at apartment 220 in the same light again. Now, whether you're a nature watcher, a hunter, a night stalker, or maybe just a general nosy perv who wants to see into the night, these could be right up your street. This device will offer you full colour, 4K resolution night vision using AI algorithms, and also offers the traditional black and white night vision using 7 steps of AI. So let's start with the box contents. So inside the nicely illustrated cardboard box we do get a hard shell case. Very nicely built, nice quality, a couple of steel loops on the side to use with the included carry strap. We also get some nice zips that run around the entirety of the case, and the carry strap just on the front. Opening the case, nice and free running zips, and inside we'll find the actual binocular, I'm going to call it, and all of the gubbins inside. So starting with the accessory pocket first, we have a nice mesh zipper pocket here. Inside there we'll find the additional carry strap, a small microfiber cloth for cleaning the lenses, silicone gel pack, a couple of instructions, very easy to follow, and a charger cable. On the opposite side you'll find your 4K full colour night vision device here, and this is nicely packaged and securely fitted into the pre-molded case, so that fits very nicely and securely there, so no rattling about. And in the small compartment to the side here you'll find your 2 supplied 32mAh batteries. I've already got one stored inside the unit. These can be charged within the unit, and you can also buy an additional charger to charge these also. I will say charging these through the unit does take a couple of hours, but you do get a couple of hours runtime depending on what night vision mode you are using. Now, looking at the dimensions of the Akaso, you can see they are very comparable to a standard size of pair of birder binoculars there. These are a pair of Pro Staff 3S, and I would say comparable in weight as well, so very manageable. As for the goggle aspect of these 4K night vision goggles, I would say they're more of a binocular than a goggle in the traditional sense. You can't actually wear these to your face, but you kind of hold them with the 3-inch full colour LCD display there, about 2 or 3 inches away from your face, and you can view whatever you're looking at through there. I would also like to remark on just how well built these Akaso night vision binoculars are. At the time of receiving these I had nothing to compare it to, but as soon as my dad seen these, he wanted them, and obviously I couldn't give them him because I'd not reviewed the item yet and I wanted them for myself. So as it was Christmas time, we had a look online to see if we could pick him a pair up, and we picked him a pair up for around 60 quid on sale, knocked down from around 120. And when I received the item, charged the batteries for him, the disparity between quality was very, very apparent. These are absolutely premium, make no mistake about it, compared to the ones that we picked up. The weight in these is quite considerable, and the ones we had, I can't remember where they're from. I think they were off a company called Kef. They sell lenses and camera gear. They were light as a feather and didn't offer half as much functionality as these. So now let's go over the device's anatomy and interface. Starting on the top of the binocular, you'll find 2 rows of 3 silicone buttons. Starting on my left, you'll find the mode button, the menu button, and the shot button. On the right, we've got the power button. We have got the zoom and rocker buttons in and out for the 16x digital zoom that this night vision binocular will offer you. Now, some of the buttons on the top do perform double duty, and I'll explain that now. So the mode button, when long pressed, will switch between the full colour night vision and the traditional black and white vision. Also, the rocker buttons here, not only do they perform the zoom in and out, this will also increase and decrease the IR illumination using the traditional night vision. I will demonstrate all functionality of the buttons a little later on in the video. But in the middle we'll find a standard size hot shoe for adding LED lights, things like that, and also a standard size threaded mount for adding phone holders and attaching this to a tripod. Flipping the unit up, you'll find the IR lens on this side and the adjustable focus ring and camera on this side. Nice smooth operation there, no gritty feel. Again, feels very, very nice. On the side you'll find two steel D-rings which flick out. This is for adding your strap to hold this around your neck. And on the back of the unit you'll find the 3-inch full colour LCD screen and the rubber guard that unfortunately doesn't mold to your face. Base of the device we have got a rubber flap which conceals and protects the SD card holder here. In this one we've got a 256, but this supports up to 512, and we've also got USB-C for charging purposes and probably firmware uploads here as well. Just at the side of that you'll find a tiny mic for picking up audio. Again, on the base of this we've got another standard mount for attaching to a tripod, and we have the battery flap which homes your battery. Again, the device does feel very, very premium, no creaky plastics there to speak of, and it does exude a certain amount of quality. Very, very nicely finished. To power the Nightvision on, it's a long press of around 2 seconds of the power button on top, and that will power the binos. It takes around 10 to 15 seconds to get fully started. You'll get a notification on the front there saying taking SD card in. As soon as that's gone, the Nightvision is fully usable and ready to go. On the top we have a row of icons just here, wrong side, just here, and we also have some at the top which we'll go over. Well, that's how you power the units on, very simple. Now I'm very quickly just going to show you the double duty that some of the buttons do perform on this device. I do apologise for the audio because I'm using my phone for this segment, but it will be short-lived. So again, to swap between the traditional IR and the full colour Nightvision, you simply press and hold the mode button, and as you can see there, that will switch over to the black and white Nightvision mode. Now the zoom rockers for the 16x digital zoom will happen on a single press of the button. You can see it on the top row of icons there. It will change from 1, 2, 3, 4, and we've got 16 times digital zoom on there. I will say the image starts to fall apart after about 2 times, so this is probably optimal zoom level for me. I wouldn't go past that. It isn't usable. When you long press the actual zoom rockers, you'll see there the IR does increase in value. So we've got IR1 on the top of the screen there, IR2, IR3, IR4, IR5, IR6, IR7. The menu button will take you into the menu section where you'll find your album, video resolution, capture button. These are navigated using the zoom rocker buttons up and down, and to choose any one of these you simply press the shot button, and that will take into the drop down menu of that section, and the menu will take you back and you can navigate through. The album is where you'll find all your stored videos and pictures, and that should bring them up shortly. And there you go, this is what I've been messing about with. And again, to navigate through these, you're using the zoom rocker buttons up and down. There will be many samples of the Nightvision performance of this set in the video, so stay tuned. It is very, very impressive. So that was just a very quick demonstration, ladies and gents, on how some of these buttons do hold a dual function. Also, the menu interface in this is a little bit more in depth. That was only a very quick look at, but a lot of it is personal preference when you do get into the menu section. And just very quickly touching on the 16x digital zoom that this device does offer you. Again, that is digital zoom. and the image very quickly falls apart after 2 times. That's where it's usable for me. The further you go into that zoom range, that image is going to fall apart very, very quickly, and it'll probably help you pick out shapes of buildings and cars, things like that, but for me that is just not usable. The buttons on the Akaso are backlit, as you can see, so that will help you find the button you require in the dark, and they illuminate with an audible ding as well for about 5 seconds, and then they'll go back off. It does require a little bit of training, memory training, just for you to remember where the buttons are, because again, they don't stay illuminated, they will disappear after 5 seconds. So once you've used it a bit, you will remember muscle memory where the buttons are. So it's charging the unit is very simple. Remove the flap, locate your USB-C socket, insert your USB-C cable, and that will set to charging. The buttons on the front of the Akaso will flash while charging. This can be changed in the settings menu settings, if that does annoy you. I've been using this for around 40 minutes now, and that is now charging. You probably won't be able to see in there. Just see the green, but these will take around an hour or 2 to fully charge. One thing I will say about the Akaso Seemor-200, ladies and gents, is it is not only a night vision binocular set, this also lends itself as a daytime binocular. Now, if you do have a modern day phone, something like the, where's my phone? It's on the stand. Something like the S24 Ultra, this is going to be far more convenient to use, and the optical video on these phones now is up to 10 times optical, again, as opposed to the 16 times digital. Again, it's going to be far more convenient, but again, you know, this will take stills at 4 megapixel, and it will record in 2-minute segments, 4K full vision, full 4K vision. There's Eric chilling in his tank. Alright, Eric, you miserable sod, not eating for 4 days. But you know, the option is there if you choose to use that. Now, where the Akaso dominates, ladies and gents, is its 4K full colour night vision performance, and this is no gimmick, and I am certainly sure there is black magic being used within this box. This utilises AI algorithms to take the available light and build you a full colour 4K visual that turns night into day. This is no joke, and this really works. It uses the f1.2 lens in the camera to allow light to pass over the CMOS sensor, and AI magic takes care of the rest. The Akaso Seemor-200 also comes complete with a somewhat useful, although very buggy app. We can use the app to download videos we've stored to the device, but again, this is very buggy and only has limited use at this time, but I will demonstrate that to you now. So this is going to be difficult to show you, but we're going to go into the menu and then go into Wi-Fi hotspot. Then we're going to use the shop button to activate that. So that has now turned the Wi-Fi hotspot on. As you can see there, we go into the phone's Wi-Fi. So turn the Wi-Fi on and then search, and there you'll see, or you may see, the Akaso Seemor just down near my fingers. So we're going to turn the Akaso Seemor, which one's that top one, on, and then on your phone download the app. I think it's the Aurora app, so we'll do the green icon. Go. Probably not going to be able to see that very clearly, but we'll turn that down a bit so you can. So there we go, and then you have 3 options at the bottom. We have home, device and images. So to the device, you can go there and that will give you a live view of whatever the binocular is looking at the time. And then we go into images. These are all your stored videos and images. You can download them to the device from this screen. Now, when I say this is buggy and limited use, when you are using the device in live view, like this, the app will lock you out of every function on top of the Akaso Seemor unit. So there's no zoom, there's no shot record, everything is done pretty much off this screen. So you do need to make sure you got the right parameters set on the device before you start using that, because again, it has very, very limited functionality, but it's there. So what I'm going to do now, ladies and gents, is leave you with some sexy night vision clips from the Akaso Seemor-200. Then I'll bring you back here for my initial impressions and final thoughts on this amazing little night vision device. So stay tuned. Well, welcome back, ladies and gents, and welcome to Outside. So we are currently filming on the phone, so I do apologise for the audio discrepancies. But what you're seeing on the screen now, which I can't see because I'm using the rear cameras on the phone, is probably what I'm seeing now with my eyes. Now, we are on wide camera setting there, but I'm guessing when I switch this over and compare it to the Akaso Seemor, it is going to max out the aperture at about 1.2 and probably ramp the ISO right up to 3200 to try and get the best possible image. So we'll do that now. I'm going to try and keep the camera above the Akaso, and then editing I'm going to try and put them on top of each other so you can see the difference between the performance of the Akaso and the quality of the camera as the light fades. We're at dusk now, and we are losing the light fast, so let's get this done. So bringing the phone back into play, you can see there just how easy it is to see ahead with the Akaso. And Bonnie, you're under my feet, I'm going to trip over you. Come on, bugger off, hey, move. And you can barely see Bonnie on that screen now. The Akaso records in 2-minute segments, and it'll save that file and start a new one, or you can set it to overwrite the one you've already recorded, so you've only ever got one file. The phone is really struggling there now. We're on a 30th of a second shutter speed, and the ISO is up to 2000, and Bonnie is still ever present on the Akaso. Come on, girl. And as you can see there with the house in the distance, even with that twilight of the sky, it is much more visible on the Akaso than it is the phone. Pulls out much more detail. It is quite impressive. Now we're on the audio from just the Akaso. I'm not sure how good that's going to be, but you will pick up all the button presses on there as well. Just a note, when you are using the focal ring for each zoom preset, as you can see there, a very grainy image. I'd say 2 is about as good as it's going to get with any sort of usable application for it. The further away the item is you're trying to focus on, say we're focusing on that gate over there, it only requires a couple of turns of that focus bezel. But when you're focusing on something up close, say like this post, it does take a number of turns to bring the, let's go the other way, it does take a number of turns to bring that subject into focus. I'd say that's at least 10 or 12 full rotations that. But the detail that is picking up on that post, I can't even see them nails with my eyes now. And then if we go back to the gate over there, it's much easier with less few turns to focus on distant subjects than it is close up. As you can see, the image is not stabilized by any means. So even on the 1x preset focal length, there is a bit of judder. We go up to 2, that's going to magnify them jitters considerably. Let's give you a quick look round here now. So it is quite a narrow viewing angle. As you can see there, you can barely see that tree in front, but with the Akaso, everything is still very, very visible. And this is still on the full colour auto. Looking down the path, can barely see it on the phone. Perfectly reproduced on the Akaso. Bonnie waiting there very patiently. This way, Bon. As you can see there now, we've got the tree line. You can see the sky there, but nothing else on the phone. And on the Akaso, we've got full colour, daylight, full detail reproduction. And we can just see Bonnie on the phone. So we're at 3200 ISO, which is the maximum ISO for the phone now. As you can see there, you can just see probably a faint spot in the middle of the screen. That's Bonnie. Basically no image. And the Akaso is still banging out a crystal clear daylight image, even in this light. Fantastic. Now, even though we can still see there, absolutely fine, we switch that over to IR mode by holding the mode button. That will send it into the traditional black and white, and then we can increase and decrease the IR light there. You can see getting brighter in the middle of the screen. And that will give you, let's get this focused in. The best visuals really when there is literally no light. I can just see the path in front of me now. We take it over to these steps. And this is on IR level 1. We have 7 levels of IR illumination. Here comes Bonnie again. So these are going to be ideal for nature watching at night, maybe in hide, badger watching, foxes, things like that, or finding a lost dog. Switching back over to full colour, still see there we're losing the light now fast, and we've still got full daylight colour there, 4K resolution. And very quickly, if I can try and demonstrate what I was talking about with the light spill, hopefully that is illuminating my face now. Again, in a stealth application that could easily give your position away, but you can't actually hold the binoculars up to your face because that does strain your eyes a little bit. Around this distance is comfortable. Right, ladies and gents, so I hope I demonstrated that well enough for you guys. You're happy with the results, I certainly am. But we'll head back to the gear room now and finish up the video. So, see you again soon. Bye bye. Bonnie, I'm not picking your turd up, do it yourself. So as you can see there from the quality of the Nightvision clips, the Akaso Seemor-200 is not messing about, and the performance of this thing is absolutely exemplary, especially when you consider the price coming at around £200 UK, and this being aimed at the civilian consumer. This is rivaling some of the best on the market, and again at that price point, absolutely amazing. Now unfortunately it does have its drawbacks, and for me personally one of the biggest ones is this is advertised as a goggle. As you can see there, goggles are traditionally worn over the head. This one needs a distance of around 4 inches away from your face. Any further you're going to get eye strain, even though that does support a 4K colour screen. So around here, problem with that is you get a lot of light bleed off that, and if you're trying to use these in a stealth application, that light is going to light your face up and possibly give away your position. Now if you're using these in a less than savoury way, say you're perving on your next door neighbour, this could potentially give your position away and get you in a lot of trouble. Now I never get caught. But the issue is there, and again, the light bleed off these could give your position away. Second one, the interface is a little bit clunky, and you do need some muscle memory to remember where these buttons are and the function that each of these buttons offers you. But again, with a bit of practice and a bit of use, it does become second nature to know where each of these buttons are. The app is a bit of a letdown. Again, once you're using this as a live view for the binoculars, it does lock you out of every function on the binocular, and the only way of downloading the footage from this, unless you're taking the SD card out in a reader, is through the app. So it does have some usability, but it is far from finished, and that does need looking at. The good points: this is an absolutely solid unit. Again, no creaky plastics. It feels very, very premium with that textured plastic. I'm not sure what plastic they've used there, but everything, including the battery flap, it just has, everything has a nice flick and clunk, and the buttons have some nice feedback as well. It's just a really, really nice compact unit. The 3-inch focal LCD display on the Akaso Seemor-200 is very crisp, very bright, very vivid, and very legible. I will say that the viewing angle of the binocular is very narrow, which may put some of the viewers off. But I think this is a better option for nighttime viewing. It enables you to pinpoint on a certain part of the picture rather than having a really wide landscape. Again, performance in this regard is fantastic. The applications for the Akaso Seemor-200 are many. Again, for home security purposes, nature watching, bird watching, or just giving you the technology to allow you to see into the night, you can't go far wrong with the Akaso Seemor-200. And that, ladies and gents, wraps up the review videos for a while at least on this channel. We were waiting for a couple of torches, I believe, from a company called Wuben, but they've since gone quiet. I have emailed them to find out what's going on with that, but no response as yet. So I may have something to review in the future, but I'll probably give that a few weeks now if we do get anything. And again, I think they're sending 2 of them, so there will be one for you to reward you for your viewership time. So all good there. But things coming very soon on the channel in the future. If you've kept up with the channel, you will know and be aware that Josh Westbrook from Fieldwood Knives has built me a knife. That knife is now ready and should be winging its way to me next week. Fingers crossed. We've also got the community camp over at Josh's private land, so hopefully I'll be available for that. And then after that, going forward, we've got plenty of cooking, camping, my own gear review videos, which you guys seem to like, and we've also got the Bushcraft show, so stay tuned to the channel for that. If you did enjoy today's content and you haven't already, please do subscribe. Please consider subscribing to the channel. It costs you nothing, but it means the world to me, and it does help the channel grow. So thank you very much. That's pretty much it. Until the next one, you stay safe, and as always, stay crafty. See you again, guys. Bye bye.